Hey people, Shaman Hawk here for Shamanic Lodge. Still over here in Central Texas. Making a quick, or finishing my walk of the property. I'm on a 10-acre piece here with my daughter Veronica. You know, when I traveled in East Europe for 4 years doing my shamanic work, I mean, most of that area back in the 70s, as a matter of fact, in the Marine Corps, that was enemy territory. It was communism, socialists, all that. And it really scarred those countries. When I mean scarred, I mean you live like that for a few generations and it affects people mentally. And it passes down to the kids, and a lot of alcoholism and heavy addictions and domestic violence and stuff like. Yeah, I mean other countries have that too, but they did it in a completely different way. When I was in the country of Georgia, wonderful country, great people, but the Russians were there way too long, you know, and it made a really a heavy scar on them too. And the Russians were in there, I think it was 2012, abusing them again. So the thing is with capitalism, it's proven that, you lift more people out of poverty than any other political system in the world. And that's a fact. That's just a fact. We got AOC, young socialist, benefiting from capitalism. And so this is for you too, miss, if you're listening. There, Alexandria. I'd love to have a dialogue with you, online, however you want. And the rest of you young socialists that probably haven't seen much of the world or seen the effects of socialism in general. And I know you're always going to say that, well, nobody did it right. And that's true. They didn't do it right. So, but that's not really the point. Maybe it's just can't be done right. And you know what? The other thing with socialism, first thing they did is lock down borders. And my thing is, if your idea is so damn good, why do you got 4 people to go along with it, right? I'm gonna show you something about a Green New Deal. I climb this ladder here. This is a boat I'm building. This is the back here where I'll be sleeping. It's big enough for me and close friends. And that's the hull. Those two walls up there for different compartments, toilet area, storage, emergency equipment. Basically, the middle of it's going to be open except for the mast and some other gear. Why? So I can do things like reef cleanup, diving, things like that. This is a product of capitalism. Okay, so I work. And, I keep I save it because this is a dream I have. And I put it towards this. Under socialism, this is all an extra. This is luxury. Extras are bad because that means you could just give it this way to somebody else that has less. Well, I like to do more than other people do. I'm a little bit more ambitious. Here's another view of it. See, so capitalism allows people to create. Socialism does not, because the reason socialism failed all over Europe, is because people just got bored. They just had to do a quota. They had to keep lowering the quotas because people were depressed and so on. And they just couldn't do anything. They said, no, I'm done. I don't care. It's cruel to be able to bring people into a system like that. Of course, they don't allow birth control in these socialist areas. They want more slaves to do that kind of work. So anyway, we just love to have a discussion, comments with these other socialists about why it's so good, why it's going to do something, why whatever. But the fact is, I would not be able to build that boat in this barn under socialism. I would not be able to go out and do, oh, by the way, that boat's not going to have an engine. Okay, that's the Green New Deal. It's going to be totally carbon-free, carbon emissions or whatever. I'm going to have alcohol stoves. That's a clean fuel. It's not the cheapest. Burns hot, burns really well. I'm going to have ceramic and candle heaters on there for the areas where I'm going to be where it's colder. You know, these sails are going to be canvas. I'm going to sew them myself. The spars, I made myself. Yeah, it has plywood with cedar planking. Yeah, but at least it's not cutting down big ones like the old boats used to do. Let me show you that. I made these. See? Those are all the pieces I need to make my sails work. And then I have to make oars. That's going to be the backup, because since I don't have an engine, if I don't have wind, I have to row myself into a marina or a dock. Oh, but that's okay. It just makes me stronger, keeps me healthier. Part of the Green New Deal. See, so you, AOC, young lady collecting paycheck from the taxpayers, I want to hear about your Green New Deal, because all I hear you talking about is how you want someone else to pay for it. That's the whole thing about socialism. They just want somebody else to do something else. They want somebody else to pay for it, while they just got talk. I don't hear any of these socialists or any of these environmentalists doing anything. You know, the ones that are actually serious are the ones that are doing something. People like me. People like the few people I've had already donating to me, you know, to help this. They give what they can, and I appreciate every little bit. In socialism, they can't do that. In capitalism, they can. You people, you youngins, you need to pay attention a little bit. Read up on some history. Y'all think everybody thinks it's going to be done right the next time, and it never is. Never. I look forward to comments. If you like any of my videos, subscribe, hit the like button. Help me get out of the shadow ban of YouTube. Catch you guys later. Sorry for the wobbly video.